Local television and radio, they go silent when the storm goes loud. Anyone actually covering this tornado warning? Yeah, Hutch does.
Everybody, meteorologist Hutch Johnson. It's a pleasure to be here with you. I got to tell you what, we've got some wild weather, near record highs to cold weather heading our way, and an update on the Aurora. There is a chance. This is your halftime weather facts with Hutch. Thanks for tuning in. The details are coming up right now.
Now, a Hutch's weather update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson, brought to you by Robert Gibb and Sons.
All right, thanks for joining me. Let's take a look at this solar activity going on right now. There's a lot to talk about. We're going to take a look at some real-time data coming in from instrumentation across the globe, really, keeping its eyes on what we call the solar wind and what's going on with that. Now, the first thing to take a look at is our friends' channel here at Argyle Skies. Now, the Argyle Dragon in Argyle, Minnesota, looking north, you got the Big Dipper dipping right here. A little bit of faint color out there, but things will improve the way things are looking as far as the chance of the aurora goes, but only for a sliver of time the way it's looking right now at the latest data. I'll show you what I look at, and you can share in the comments below what you look at. A lot of you, I mean a ton of you, went out and did the aurora hunting over the last couple of days, and I got to tell you what, I thank you for all your photos. Nathan, thanks for watching. By the way, drop your numbers. What do you look at when it comes to finding data out for the aurora borealis and what's going on with regards to that? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, we also have the aurorasaurus.org, Department of Physics and Astrophysics at UND. The camera, oh, there is that old dipper. And again, we're seeing that little faint hue on this camera as well. Now, this is in Inkster, North Dakota. These instruments and video cameras are not too terribly far away. Lynn King, good to have you on board. Thanks for watching. And if you're watching, drop me a comment and let me know where you're watching from. It's always wonderful to see you. So a little faint glow out there that indeed could be some aurora out there. Now, as we take a look at the aurora dashboard that I like to use, this is a NOAA page. You can look up aurora and you'll be sent to this page right here. Now, in the last 24 hours, these numbers here, the 24 hours we've had strong aurora activity. Now, as we take a look at the latest observation, none. We don't have anything to worry about. But the forecast for the night is a moderate chance for some lights here in the northern portion of the valley. The northern states will have the best chance at seeing some of that as we head into the evening hours. Now, as you take a look at some of the data here, I do want to point out this map right here. These can be a little tricky to read, but the basics are this red line on the bottom is the farthest southern extent that we typically see with a forecast KP index of 5. Just because it's 5 and forecast to be 5 does not mean we're guaranteed to see northern lights up here in North Dakota and northern Minnesota. There's a better chance of seeing that aurora. The likelihood of the aurora is high as you get into the prairies of Manitoba, Saskatchewan, as well as Quebec and Ontario. All right, so now as we take a look at that, the forecast then for this says a KP index of 5 is possible tonight. So that's a good sign. Now, as we take a look at this data down here, I've got this blown up for you for a reason. Now, this was a look at what happened earlier. Wow, that was as we went through the 11th and into the morning of the 12th, and then it faded a little bit. Then as we went into last night, another beautiful display for many of us up north. Then look at what's going on here. Okay, so the energy from the solar wind coming down. What is the solar wind? The sun is throwing up, if you will, a blast of solar wind towards us. When a sunspot activity is aimed at the earth and we get one of those geomagnetic storms, poof, out goes this burst of increased solar wind. Now, we can track the readings of different values. Now, here's the forecast K index. So the KP index, which is shown here, is expected to go from this 1 to 3 now up to 4 by the time we get to about 10 o'clock. So between 8 and 10 o'clock, it's on its way up. Then 10 to about 1 a.m., that goes up to 6. So there is a chance that the KP index goes up higher. But again, I've mentioned that doesn't guarantee that we will see the northern lights. So what other numbers could we do? We could scratch our head, flip a quarter, run around, or you could just ask Hutch what else I like to look at. And I've asked and learned from a lot of folks out there. Let's go on this same site. We're going to go to a page. And if you look right here, you can see how I get there. Products and data right here. Then I went to observations and the real-time solar wind measurements that are being measured now by satellites and instrumentation across the planet. This red line up top is called the BZ. It is really the orientation of the solar wind and whether or not it's aimed towards the poles or not. So when we have negative values of BZ, where it's down below this zero line here, and you see the zero line goes straight across here, anytime it's below, there's a better chance at seeing the aurora. When that KP index is high, we have a chance at seeing it in southern states. So as we take a look at the last 1 day at 1 minute intervals of measurement, it's been at or above zero for much of the time as we've gone through the day. Then I get out of the way and show you where we are right now. Still above zero. So a positive BZ value means not the greatest chance right now, but as the K index goes up and gets into that G2 level, then hopefully this turns negative. And if that happens, there will be a chance. Is there a guarantee of it? Nope, it isn't a guarantee, but that's something to look at. I hope you learned something. Brenda, good to have you on board. Thanks so very, very much for joining me on Hutch's Weather. Now let's talk about the weather forecast, shall we? Number one, couple things to keep in mind here as we head into the next 24-hour period. My eyeballs are wandering because I'm preparing content for us here on all my channels. Okay, here we go. Now, as we take a look at your hour-by-hour forecast overnight, clouds will be a big deal. Will you have a chance at seeing the northern lights tonight? Let's go right here to this high resolution model. I'm going to turn on the cloud cover and you'll get to see right now as you look up, we have stars aplenty out there. And as we go through the early overnight hours, we'll start to see an increase in clouds from northeast Montana to the international border. Thanks, Christine. You're the best for watching Hutch's Weather. Make sure you pound that button that says follow. You know, at the top of my page, you're going to see my name and the title of this video. And there's a little blue text out there. If it shows up and it says follow, I want you to click it. That helps me out a great deal. Or just pass the word that Hutch is here watching the weather for you. And thanks for the kind words. By the time we get to morning, those clouds will be spreading across the northern parts of Minnesota and northern North Dakota. Now, it's not going to be the thick, low kind of clouds. They will be thicker and lower out in Montana, but this will limit some of our chances to view the northern lights. Now, when we flip this back to a look at our forecast as we go through the overnight hours, I want you to do this. Check it out. Number one, south winds aplenty, and where you see these isobars that are really close, that air is really getting forced, and we have strong south winds. That's going to keep us mild and not too wild as we go through the overnight. The coolest weather off to the far east where the wind will be a little less. But look at this. As we head towards daybreak, these south winds start picking up. 15, 20, 25. Do I hear 30? Sold. Yeah, we could have a 30-mile-per-hour gust up here near Botno, near Valhalla as we start the day. South or southwest wind direction with this. Then, look at this. Spits of rain coming out of those clouds as we start our Friday in the big sky country of Montana from my friends and relatives in places like Fort Peck, Glasgow, Wolf Point, maybe Poplar, and this will be heading its way off to the east as we go into the afternoon and evening up into parts of southern Canada. Now, our wind will decrease and be westerly. This is your midday hour report. So if you have a picnic basket, you get that picnic basket out, you get the blanket, you set it out there on the dry grass, and you enjoy yourself a picnic because tomorrow's temperatures will challenge record highs. I'll show you what those are in a second. Scattered sprinkles of rain from Rock Lake, Candu, Belcourt, all the way out towards places like Cavalier and Valhalla. Maybe a sprinkle, nothing too big there. Look what's coming up from the northwest. It's blue lines. Blue lines equals cold air. So there's a cold push of air behind this cold front. So a cold front's moving through, kicking off clouds, kicking off showers, and it'll be with us for hours and hours. As we see the north wind, it begins to blow. The cold air comes in, but it won't be snow. Wow. Now, I'll stick to being a meteorologist. And anyways, we do have some showers of rain pushing along the I-94 corridor and up into northern and western parts of Minnesota. Sprinkles, hit and miss. That's your Friday night forecast. Here's midnight, and everything's looking like it. Cold front continues through. The wind becomes northerly. The blue lines here, cold air sinking straight out of Canada. So if you're in Estevan, if you're here in Brandon, Manitoba, or Winnipeg, it looks like it's going to have a cold north breeze to it out there, and temperatures will be falling as we close out the weekend. And that's your forecast. And then if you look at that blue up there, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Yep, that's a few flakes. So a chance for a insignificant snow shower with the next warm front coming into the region. Sometimes these warm fronts can really surprise us meteorologists with how many clouds and how heavy this precipitation can be. Warm fronts tend to move very slowly, and that's one of the reasons why that if you're on the cold side of a warm front, you can get a surprising amount of prolonged precipitous precipitation that's wet, hopefully not too white. But according to this particular model right here, let me give you an idea of what it's forecasting for snowfall potential as we head into the end of the forecast period. Oh, it's a dusting. Oh no. Okay, that means you can leave the snowblower where it sits, but some of you may have to use the snow brushes on your cars. Talking temperature now in your halftime weather report. It looks like this: 39 in the morning in Grand Forks, 34 in Fargo. It'll be colder out in the Arrowhead of Minnesota. For you folks out there, Simon and Duluth, how about some low to mid 30s out there? Cloquet, you get up out of town just a little bit. Things are going to look a little on the chilly side. Other than that, clouds north. Maybe a sprinkle as we go into the afternoon hours. Check it out. The best chance of that will be along the international border where Hutch has all of his fancy cloud icons. South winds 9 to 21 miles per hour, and a few of you will get a chance to see gusts higher than that. You see this? It says near records. That's right. Look at these temperatures on the I-94 corridor. We're talking 65 to 70 degrees for many areas. That's going to challenge record highs for this time of the year. In our area, Fargo will have a chance. Our record high will show you in just a minute. This wouldn't quite get us there, but we're going to kiss it. And if we get a burp of warmer air that just kind of glides out through the valley and up the valley, well, then we'll have a chance at seeing a record high tide as we go through the day. Here's Fargo's record high for your day tomorrow. 66. Hutch has an orange 63. It's highlighted because it's near records. It's highlighted because, wow, it's the warmest of the 7-day period. So get out there, enjoy, go roll in the grass with the dog, have a picnic. Then after that, north winds blow. Saturday, cold. A chance for snow showers up there in the, northwest quadrant of North Dakota, as I showed you. Then 38, 38, 38, broken record kind of forecast Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, with hit and miss spits of precipitous precipitation in the form of rain in the day and flurries at night. Not a lot of accumulation there. Brenda says, guess it's November. Yes, it's definitely November. And it's a November to remember. Woo-wee! Look at that, 45 degrees and warming up as we head into the middle of the week, but that will increase our chances of showers. And for Fargo and the Red River Valley, the best chance of precipitation for our area does look to be Wednesday night and into Thursday. I'll keep you posted on that. Hope you had a chance to catch this week's Weather Kid. What a great time. What a great kid. Eli, nice job. I'm really proud of you. And if you have not seen this video, head over to hutchesweather.com and sign up today to be a Hutch's Weather Kid. It'd be a pleasure to have you on board to help me figure out the weather, because you can head on into Luther Family Ford and sign up in the showroom, or head on over to my website, hutchesweather.com. Speaking of which, did you upload pictures for Hutch? Check it out. We got some more awesome pictures at hutchesweather.com. Thanks to my friend Joe for setting this whole page up for me. What a marvelous job. And you all taking the time to go out and take the kids outside and go check out these northern lights, because a show like we've had the last couple of nights in our region does not come along all the time. There is a chance of northern lights tonight. The best chance will be right around that midnight hour, so look up to the northern horizon, low on the horizon. It won't be one of these storms that takes place right overhead the way it's looking to Hutch, but check out some of these gorgeous photos. Here's one in Richville. Thank you so very much for this shot. Just the backyard flag and the northern lights out there, and particularly since we had our celebration of Veterans Day, a real touching display from Mother Nature out there. And here it is, the kids in Crystal, North Dakota, getting to enjoy the gorgeous pillars of light that just shot up from the sky out there. Thank you very much, Whitney O'Toole, for uploading your photo. How about Valley City, North Dakota, that Cheyenne River Valley? You can see it glowing here with the old bridge out there. It's just a gorgeous sight behind the Highline Bridge. Olivia, thank you for uploading that beautiful shot. You can even catch some pinks out there in the sky above. Now, really hot looking skies over the Crookston area. Laurel, Laura capturing the beauty here, all the way from the bright greens, even some yellows to the reds up above out there as we head into the overnight tonight. Hopefully we see some colors that will be equal in vibrancy, but it's not as likely tonight. Here were some enhanced photos. Thanks for letting me know that you enhanced these. Sometimes a longer exposure time can really make us or allow us to see the lights. I did get the question, Hutch, why does my camera show the lights when I couldn't see it to the naked eye? Our eyes take a while to adjust to the dark outside, and if we're around city lights, we won't see it. But a camera can be more sensitive to the colors that are out there, and they really are out there. And if you extend the exposure, some of our cameras, like our cell phones, you can put them in night mode, which leaves that exposure open a little longer to capture colors like these. And then you can enhance them to really show the vibrancy, as Alyssa did here in the Harwood area. Those look like they're on fire, and they're mingling with those clouds out there. And here was another view of that. Look at that. Awesome sight. Alyssa, thank you so very, very much for sharing your photos. A touching one, speaking of our veterans out there, by Tim. Thank you so much. This is at the Fargo National Cemetery, and this is on the night of Veterans Day. Just a gorgeous, and he said even the sky pauses to honor them, as do all of us. Thank you for your service, veterans. All right. And thanks so much to all of you. Breckenridge, Mike checking in with gorgeous lights. More from Mike in the Breckenridge area. Almost looked like an angel in the sky. Breckenridge definitely seeing some gorgeous lights. And out on the farm, you know what? I wonder what the animals think when they're out. Dirk is out here. You got your llamas, you got your alpacas out there. This is in Galchute, North Dakota. There's a lot of green lights in the sky. Dirk, thank you. I really appreciate you, and I hope you know that. And best wishes from old Hutch and Hutch's Weather. Tim and Crystal Bow in Twin Valley seeing some gorgeous shots of those lights right behind the naked trees out there. Oh, and then we've got a heart. Yeah, you got to like this. How about Brianna Cortez, Hillsboro, North Dakota, loving those northern lights. And thanks for uploading your photos. You can just see there's pages and pages and pages of these shots. In fact, just stunning beauty in Hawley, Minnesota. Check this out. Look at all of the colors here. We've got greens. We've got some evidence of blues. You've got the reds up here. James, this was taken again on the 11th, Veterans Day, and it was glorious out there. And indeed, another shot from Bobby Shields here. Incredible night of watching on the 11th on Veterans Day. What a spectacular shot. And here you see this tiny little blip of what looks like, and if it's a longer exposure, it could be an airplane moving across, but there's also been some meteors and a meteor shower out there as well. Beautiful shots. Thanks so very much. As you can see, there's tons and tons of them to enjoy. I hope you go to hutchesweather.com and enjoy them tonight. For now, halftime at the football game, and things are looking pretty good. I will show you a look at the model run here for those of you who didn't catch it. Now let's go ahead and take a look. Hutchesweather.com, a great place for you to stop and get your forecast information. You can see me live right here on the website. You can also get your latest forecast. And here is a look at what we are expecting then again in hour by hour style as we take a look at this. Heading into your Friday, clear skies, increasing clouds north. A chance of showers will spread with a cold front. Oh boy, Friday night. So after we nearly set records here in the valley, by the nighttime hours, increasing clouds, passing showers on a line from Dickinson in the northwest parts of North Dakota. That's it. The cold air, though, behind it will definitely have a punch to it. So on Friday, as we close the nighttime hours, we will still be mild in the evening hours with passing showers of rain. And then after that, wow, with the clear skies, the cold north wind blows, and that'll be cold enough when the warm front comes through as we go into Saturday afternoon to bring a few flakes of snow along that boundary on the cold side of the warm front. And again, there could be some light accumulations, but we're talking a 1/10 or 2/10 of an inch of rain. And I'm checking the latest digits on our good old Aurora Saurus and the real-time solar wind, so I'll take you up there as we close this off. Again, we got a chance to see an increase in the KP index, which would lead to the potential for a G3 level storm, which means we should have a chance at seeing the lights. But your chance will be greater when this number goes negative. That's called the BZ. It's the orientation of basically the field, the geomagnetic field of the solar wind as it makes its way. If it's pointed towards the poles, then we have a good chance. See, this number was going up. It's above zero. This black line right here, that's the zero line. That red dot is what we're watching. When that drops down below the line, then there is going to be an increased chance at seeing some auroral activity. And our friends at the Argyle Dragon up here in Argyle watching the Big Dipper, and basically on the very low horizon there, from time to time, you may be able to pick out a faint green glow. And as we check in on UND Astrophysics Department up in Physics Department, the University of North Dakota, looking at that same Big Dipper, and it's dipping, but I'm not seeing as many lights pouring into the Big Dipper. Shirley, thanks for watching. Deb, thanks for watching. Brenda, thank you very much. Christine, I appreciate all of you. Have a wonderful evening. If you do get any pictures of the Northern Lights tonight, please share the word. Head to hutchesweather.com, upload your videos, and believe it or not, my phone goes ding-a-ling-a-ling when you upload photos, and I get notified. Thanks so very much. Have a good evening, and I appreciate each and every one of you for being part of Hutch's Weather. Don't forget to click the follow button or subscribe.
This has been a Hutch's Weather Update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching Hutch's Weather anywhere.